Hey,
Deborah, Deborah, thank you for coming in. I'll let you introduce yourself, and you have the microphone for the next 10 minutes.
thank you so much. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you for this opportunity to share with your audience and to follow Sherry. You know, it's just I could tell it's just chock full of great things. So I'm Deborah Skomba. I'm from the East Coast. I'm from New Jersey, beautiful New Jersey, and I am a therapist coach, and I'm all about healthy relationships and strong marriages. And so today, this afternoon, or this evening, I want to share with you keys that will help you to embrace obstacles in your relationship, use them to build the bridge to cross over together so that you have a thriving love. So my own journey of marital bliss was without its struggles. I've grappled with the challenges of time and energy after demanding days, often failing to find the right words to express my thoughts and emotions. And the grand vision of being my husband's closest ally, his biggest cheerleader, felt distant and unattainable. So the dream of building, of having a Christ centered household seemed to be overshadowed by the turmoil of the present. And I think many of us can relate to that today. So maybe some of you battle with the sense of inadequacy, maybe growing resentment. Maybe you feel like you carry the weight of perceived failures, of not being able to show up as your best self in your relationship, in your marriage. Or maybe you've even started to pull away from the possibility of having your dream come true, of having a relationship or a marriage that you've always dreamed of having. But before we start talking about these challenges, because today I'm talking about embracing obstacles and building bridges, right? So before we start talking about this, I would do just a few little housekeeping things. So what I'm talking about here is leaving is not an option, right? But rather transforming your outlook is the key. Nurturing a Christ-centered, healthy marriage helps to create a sanctuary that could withstand life's troubles. And the third thing is that you are solely responsible for your happiness. So it's going to be like holding a mirror up to your face to see what you are from within. So you can weather all storms that are testing the very foundation of your relationship, such as financial struggles, health setbacks, career obligations, and even moments of doubt as obstacles. And yet your love doesn't have to waver. So in every relationship, obstacles are inevitable. But what if I told you that these obstacles, these very obstacles that were starting to tear the fabric of your relationship, starting to put up roadblocks, can actually be used as stepping stones that can lead to a bridge of shared growth and flourishing love. So let's explore. Let's dive into the 3 points that I have, three strategies to navigate these challenges and to build bridges to thriving relationships. This is possible. Your dream, your hope is still possible. If there's a little flame, you could fan that flame into having that relationship that you've always dreamed of having. But we need to learn how to reframe these obstacles. So the first one is embracing it as an opportunity. So when you're faced with obstacles in your relationship, it's natural to feel overwhelmed or discouraged. Like I did. I talked about how I grappled with these things, right? It just would be too long of a day. However, the first step towards conquering these challenges is to embrace them as opportunities for growth. We all have areas of growth, right? Every obstacle presents a chance to learn more about who you are, who your partner is, and to strengthen your bond and to develop resilience as a couple. You don't have to be that marriage or that relationship that drifts apart. So here's a couple of tips to help you in this. Reframe your setbacks, because their setbacks are setups, right, as learning experiences. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, instead of looking at the glass half empty as roadblocks, view them as opportunities to gain insights into your relationship dynamics and communication styles. Learn how to communicate openly by sharing your feelings and concerns with each other. Foster a safe place and an environment of trust and vulnerability, and that will encourage mutual support during difficult times. Focus on solutions. Rather than dwelling on the problem, shift your energy towards finding solutions together, promoting a proactive approach to overcoming obstacles. I know that when I did this in my own marriage, how that changed the dynamics completely. And it became more and more opportunity to grow closer and closer together. And this is for you as well, to trust the process, to do the hard things first, and learn how to communicate. So the second key point is transforming obstacles into stepping stones. So conquering obstacles requires intentional effort to transform them into stepping stones on the path to a stronger relationship. So just imagine this, that this is what you're looking forward to. So as a coach, as a therapist coach, I help you with understanding your background, but we don't stay there in your past. We are always looking forward, building bridges. It involves acknowledging and addressing underlying issues and finding shared meaning in it, overcoming adversity. So here you go. Here you're stepping on these things, putting these things under your feet and saying, no, these are not going to keep me from having the relationship that I've dreamed of, that I want. So here's some tips on transforming obstacles. Practice active listening. So what does that look like? That looks like seeking to understand more than being understood, seeking your partner's perspective and feelings without judgment. They are just those, your partner's feelings, they're just as valid as yours are. Active listening fosters empathy. Try to walk in their shoes for a moment and create a space for collaborative problem solving. Look for win-win situations. If only one person wins and the other one loses, you both lose. Foster a growth mindset. Embrace the idea that challenges are chances to learn and improve. Encourage each other to view these setbacks as part of the journey forward towards a more fulfilling relationship. And if you need it, seek professional advice, help. There is no shame in seeking help. It is your path to having a better life by having someone else come along, hear what you're saying, listening, and giving you sound, godly advice. A neutral third party usually has valuable insights and tools that work. And the third point that I want to share with you is that building a bridge to thriving love is transforming obstacles into stepping stones. Then you take the stepping stones and you put them together to build a bridge where now you're learning about each other. You're learning how, what the feelings are, what's behind the problem, the obstacle, and using it to connect your heart into a deeper, more meaningful way. So connection, I've heard a definition of connection is that when you connect with somebody, you give yourself a chance to be loved on. So as you think you're doing everything for your partner, for your spouse, you are actually giving yourself a chance to be a part of it and be loved on, a part of the relationship, not just a standby. standing by. And so the bridge becomes a foundation for a flourishing love that withstands the test of time. We all go through them. I'm married 40 years now. I have 2 grown children, 5 grandsons. I call them my joys. I know a thing or two. We all know a thing or two. But here's what we do with it: we learn and we use it to embrace, transform, and have the relationship. So here's what you need to do. This is the last of my tips, is to celebrate the progress that you are making. Don't let any milestones go uncelebrated. Acknowledge and celebrate them as achievements as you navigate challenges together. Take time to appreciate the growth that you both experience as a couple. Be in that moment. Embrace it. Cultivate gratitude and appreciation, as Sherry, the speaker before me, said. Okay, and take time to appreciate the growth. But here's also express gratitude. Nobody can read your mind. But if you use your words, you speak into your relationship and you say, I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. And then any effort. My husband, I make his tea every morning. He makes sure I know how much he appreciates it. This is how you keep moving forward. Foster a positive atmosphere. You want positive results? Have a positive atmosphere. And then this will reinforce the bond. It'll keep you guys stronger so that nothing will come between the two of you. Continue evolving together. You may not evolve at the same pace, but listen, relationships are dynamic, they're alive, and growth is an ongoing process. So embrace change and continue to explore new opportunities for mutual growth and enrichment. So I just want to end and now and in navigating obstacles in a relationship, I want to end with this. It's not about avoiding them. They don't go away. They probably get worse if you avoid them, but embracing them, saying, okay, here's the moment. Here's the moment. We're not going to let this go any further until we share about where we are in this moment. By transforming these challenges as stepping stones, you create a bridge of shared growth that leads to a flourishing and thriving love. Yes, and amen to that. Remember, it's not about finding the perfect relationship. Nobody's perfect, but you are 2 imperfect people that are coming together, but rather building a strong and resilient one together, being together in your imperfect love, right? But it is a time to embark on a journey, this journey with open hearts, knowing that that each obstacle you conquer together will bring you closer to a love that lasts a lifetime. So I want to thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, Thomas. I'm just so happy to be here. I noticed that you put up the link for the free
Right,
checklist to have a better marriage, 10 ways to have a better marriage in 7 days.
right.
And so thank you so much
Yeah. And
for
Deborah, do
having
you have
me.
a website that you can let them know about too? What is your website?
So my website is www.h, the number 2h, heart to heart coaching.com.
Right. Okay. So you
Yeah,
guys,
that's
it's in
perfect. Yes,
front of that checklist. It's all of that website there
it
that we
is.
just put up, and so you can access her there. Okay. Deborah, thank you so much for coming on today. We appreciate it, and I look forward to you and I having more conversation as well. Thank you.
I look forward to that very much, Thomas.
All right.
Thank
Talk to
you.
you. You're welcome.
All
Talk to you
right.
soon.